So you're looking to start a side hustle that'll actually make you some money. You've probably seen all these side hustle videos being like, make $500 a day and then make $1,000 and then $2,000 and then $10,000 a day. Most of those are not real. There's a lot of get rich quick ones out there that are really annoying. And so I wanted to show you a side hustle that is legit. I know people doing this. I want to walk you through a 3-month plan of setting this up so that you can actually succeed at it. And what a lot of those other ones also don't mention, they talk about how to set something up, but they don't talk about how to actually get customers. I wanted to show you how to do that as well. So first off, the side hustle is Etsy print on demand. Now, to be perfectly clear, I haven't done this personally, but I've talked to a bunch of people who have actually done this and kind of gotten some really good advice from them that I wanted to share with you. And I'm actually going to walk you through everything on how to do this and more importantly, how to market it. So if you don't know what Etsy print on demand is, it's pretty much you set up an Etsy shop, then you design some products, whether it's t-shirts or mugs or whatever. And then whenever someone buys one of those things that you market on Etsy and other places, they will print one of them and then send it out. So this is very low cost of entry, very low risk because you don't have to buy any inventory or anything like that, but it can be pretty profitable. If you actually set it up like a business, it's not going to be overnight, but I'll show you how to do that. So before we get into how to actually set this up, I just wanted to show you an example real quick and we can run the math on what a more realistic brand is actually making. So I just typed in kind of like coffee t-shirts into the search bar here. If you notice a lot of these t-shirts, most of them are actually just very basic. And whenever you would buy one of these, a company would actually print it and then send it to you. Nobody has like a box of these in their living room. That's a whole different approach that I wouldn't personally want to do. But let's look at this one right here, because as a minimalist coffee lover, I like this. I could see this being a gift for a lot of people. Just says coffee with a period. Be so easy to design. In fact, I'm going to show you how to do that. And then if you look at the company overall, they have 7,274 sales. That's $167,000 that they could have made from this shop. Obviously, they're going to have a lot of expenses and we'll talk you through those. That's not all profit. It doesn't happen by accident. Again, there's a lot of marketing that goes into this and I want to show you a few different things, but I think a lot of people just try to make 1 or 2 t-shirts, they throw them up and then they call it a day and then they say it wasn't successful. You have to make a lot of these in order to see success, and they have obviously done that. They've made a lot of these shirts. So start off with, you want to just go to Etsy and create a shop. It's pretty basic to do. It takes like a couple minutes, you can fill that out. And then you want to go over to something called Printify, who is actually partnering with me on this video. There's a link down below that you can check out. You can either use your own email address, or if you want to actually treat this like a business, create a separate email address that is just for this work and create an account with that. It only takes a couple minutes. It's pretty easy to do. And then once you get in there, you can just go to, let's say, a t-shirt or whatever. And I'm just going to show you this real quick because I really want to focus on the 3-month plan and especially marketing this side of this. So you can pick a t-shirt that you like. This one's pretty simple, unisex, heavy cotton. You can go ahead and start designing this. I actually went ahead and kind of copied that other one where you have this just coffee with a period, because anybody can write coffee with a period on a t-shirt. I kind of like that minimalist style. You can have different words, you can do a different section, you could write cats, you could write whatever you want to have on here. But this is something that I might actually wear, but it is important to be a little bit unique. So I used a little bit of a different font. You can do different styles, you can do whatever you want to do, but I just wanted to show that it's very, very simple. You can use a bunch of different things to design this, get as into it or as not into it as you want. I would go with something as simple as possible. You can use free things like Canva. You can download pictures, you can do whatever you want, but I would try to pick a specific niche. Like for me, I love coffee. I know there's tons of coffee lovers out there. There's going to be so many different things that I can do with this that I would focus just on a billion different ways to say the same thing, which is that I'm a coffeeholic. That's a word, coffeeholic. Yeah. So I would try that. Then you can actually link Printify to your Etsy store. And once you go ahead and create this product, check how it's gonna look on an actual shirt, pick the colors and all that, then it will actually automatically go over into your Etsy store. But that is where things actually just begin. It's where most of these kind of just end. I actually talked to some people over at Printify and they really talked about what really made their successful people successful versus just kind of all the people that fail. Optimizing search and then driving traffic. So let's go back and look over here. If you notice, they actually have a bunch of keywords. They're not just naming it like coffee t-shirt. They named it coffee t-shirt, coffee minimalist shirt, coffee lovers shirt, women's unisex coffee cute shirt, caffeine quote shirt, morning coffee tea. They are keyword stuffing this so that whenever someone types in coffee t-shirt, which is exactly what I typed in to find them, they want to show up in the top of this. And if you see, all of these people have, look at this, 50,000, like that one's crazy, so I don't want to use that as an example. 28,000 reviews, 1,700 reviews. That was actually a smaller one that I tried to find. Obviously there's going to be thousands of these that didn't make any money, but if you see something like this right here, which is a proven concept that this one works well, it's got 1,700 reviews, views. Somebody else made something very similar. So maybe actually this person ripped off that person, or that person ripped off this person. But you can kind of do the same thing, but different, where you find a different shirt that is working really well, or a different mug, or whatever you decide to go with. And there's whole videos that explain how to like deep dive into all these different design elements and stuff, but that's a whole different video. This is also a very common one, like a billion different variations of coffee with a heartbeat. Once you decide what you want to do, you want to find what these people are putting as their keywords and then kind of copy that as well. Everything you can think of that someone would type in, you want to make sure you have those keywords in there to give yourself the best chance of success for showing up in search for everybody who is searching on here for birthday gifts or gifts for a friend or whatever, because that's what a lot of these are actually going to be, where they're going to type in coffee t-shirt because they know somebody's having a birthday coming up and they like coffee and they would like a t-shirt. So that's like kind of the first step in this plan, is making your first shirt, setting up your shop. That might be even like the first couple weeks to the first month of your plan. But then I want to talk about how you can actually ramp things up so that you can start making money on this and not just be a statistic that never sells a t-shirt, because that's what most people do. When I talked to some experts on this, what they recommended is making a bunch of shirts, even up to 1,000 before you find one that's going to click. You can make a different shirt every day, every week. You can make 50 of them at once. You can do whatever it takes to make high quality things and actually like put in all the keyword optimization, figure out how to get nice pictures, all that type of stuff, which might take a while, but very few people are actually successful on their first t-shirt. It actually takes a bunch of them, their first mug, whatever they're selling here. So what you want to try is, coffee, mood, coffee, wine, mood, I think mood, wine, coffee, holic. Look at all these different variations that are the same thing. Not today, peace, mood, wine. They had their mood coffee. This just says minimalist coffee, but it's on a hoodie. Like so many hashtag wine. So they really know who they're kind of going after, and they have made tons and tons of these. They're experimenting with different colors. In total, they have 846 listings to get those 7,000 sales. If you quit after 3 because it doesn't work, much like with having a YouTube channel, most people quit after a couple of videos and then they say that the algorithm is rigged and there's too many people out there. It's definitely going to happen. If you quit after just a couple, I wouldn't really start this, but if you are committed to doing this for a long time, it can definitely be a really cool thing. And again, if you can get something to show up in search, you can just keep getting sales for a long time. Social media marketing. If you're new to this whole world, it is extremely powerful, whether you're doing TikTok or Instagram, YouTube. There's so many different things depending on what you're talking about that will relate. And just marketing in itself is a whole nother skill that you're going to have to learn, because you could be posting stuff and eventually you might show up in search on Etsy, which can be a viable strategy. There's tons of people who just do that and nothing else. But if you want to actually take some control over what you're doing more than just posting a lot of stuff, then if you can also post on social media, build up a following by doing, like, there's meme communities where they do a meme of something that relates to people and then they actually like talk about their shirts, or you build up talking about coffee. You just talk about coffee. You have a page about coffee and then you're always wearing one of your shirts. Whatever niche you decide to go into, if you can build up a community of people who are interested in similar stuff, and then you just test products on those people. You just test over and over and over again with 500 different shirts or 100 different shirts until you find one that really clicks with people, whether it's the font or whatever it is, it really clicks with people. And that's where you can start making money. And you got to continually post and make more and more stuff in order to keep finding, new customers and stuff like that and driving them back to your sales page. But that is really where a lot of people fail, is that they only make a couple of shirts and then they never actually go out and actively market their stuff. And this is not like a quick thing. This might take 20 posts. It might take 100 posts or 200 posts, because you're going to have to learn social media a little bit. But that is really an important skill to learn as well. And if you are looking to kind of learn social media a little bit, I do have a 7-day free YouTube course, just slightly different than this. It's more for kind of this style of video, but if you want to check out that, there's a link down below for that as well. And again, if you are going to go down this approach, I would definitely check out Printify. It's very easy to use. There's so many different options in there. Not everybody wants to do a t-shirt, but you could do, t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, candles, baby clothes. There's so many different ways that you can go with this and kind of build a little brand around these items. Even candles, you can put weird stuff on candles. There's so many different things that you can kind of print on demand, not really have inventory, just design them and then see what sticks with this audience that you're beginning to build. See what you can have show up in search so that people can continually find that forever. So this is really cool. If you guys do end up making this and you've made a couple, put a link down in the comments or like hit me up on Instagram. I'd love to see what you're doing, what path you decide to go with this. And yeah, thanks for watching. See you next week.